Now you're just lying to me.
No, I'm just
First
lying.
you're sleeping with my coworker, now you're lying to me? Okay. Alexis Wilson with Entertainment Weekly, and this is 3 Rounds with Melissa McCarthy.
Hello.
This is our first round with the Kate and Ginger. Melissa, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Kate and Ginger.
Oh, lovely.
Enjoy. Cheersies.
Cheers. All
What
right.
if I just went?
That'd be great. Since this is our first round, let's start with your very first film role.
Oh.
Playing Sandra in Go.
In Go, I didn't know that you had to match.
Yes.
So we did a take, and I was very nervous because I'd never really been on a set before, and I was like, oh my God. And I ran around, and I literally was like, I moved this, I turned this over. I probably did like 50 actions, and then that was the rehearsal, and the script supervisor was like, okay, are you gonna be able to match that? And I was like, am I gonna be able to what? She said, can you match that? I was like, match what? She's like, you just did like 50 individual actions that you have to match each time. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And she's like, do 2 things. And I was like, I'll hold popcorn. And that's what I did.
I take no responsibility.
What was it like seeing yourself on the big screen for the first time?
Crazy. I remember thinking like, is that my voice? I was like, boy, I'm more nasal than I thought. And then, but I also thought it was really fun because I was like, just to see it all cut together and that you can do all these magical things where I'd really just been used to doing theater.
Okay, you played Sookie St. James on 135 episodes of Gilmore Girls.
Look at you, you're beautiful.
Which one of those was your least favorite?
Oh, I can tell you that. Sometimes we were like crammed into small things with coats on, but it was actually like 112 degrees in Burbank. And you were like, ooh, Connecticut. And just while I'm like, are we explaining why I have malaria and why I'm in a full flop sweat?
Yeah.
And when we did our first poster, someone passed out, like just out cold because we were all in coats,
Yeah.
like trying to look blustery, and we were just like in a full, like sweat, like sweat in weird places, and you're like, look cold.
What do you think Sookie is doing today?
She has like 42 kids. I think they're growing weed. I think her and Jackson, I think she's like, I'm gonna get out of she still cooks, but I think she does edibles. And I think Jackson, who was a farmer, it's almost like I thought about this. I mean, really, I went deep kind of quick. I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah,
I've never thought about this before.
Yeah,
I think they
sure.
have run a very nice little mom and pop business with their 13 kids. And she makes delicious
They downsized
edibles.
from the 42. Did they lose some of them?
They're
prison?
somewhere. They're somewhere. You gotta let them
edibles
go.
to prison pipeline.
They're doing deliveries, so it's a
Yeah.
ever rotating crop of children.
Gotcha. Okay, so on Samantha Who, you played Dina, Christina Applegate's childhood friend, who Samantha has not seen since 7th grade. After Samantha loses her memory, Dina convinces her that they've always been best friends. Which of your co-stars do you wish you could forget?
That is a non-answerable question.
It's not really. Yeah.
I have one for sure.
You can text it to me after.
I will.
Okay. We can, yeah.
Oh, I almost gave a hint, and I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let me do the talking."
Can we actually
this
pause
time.
and then like let her just, we'll circle back up to the 3rd round.
I'm so nervous that I'm going to be like, starts with, it rhymes with.
Yeah. What do you miss about that show experience?
That group of people. It's like I thought it was so smart and funny and weird, and we just had that group. Just, I mean, Jean Smart, guys.
Jean Smart.
Jean
Let's
Smart.
drink to Jean Smart.
Smart,
Jean
guys.
Smart.
Everyone. I'll take a poll for Jean Smart any day. The whole thing, we hung out on Friday nights. It was one of those things where like you dream about everyone like getting together, meeting, and then you all kind of love each other. And that's how it was. And I'll never understand why that kind of left and went off the air. If anyone knows,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to reach out.
We're interested
Let me
to know.
'cause feels fishy to me.
It felt targeted.
Feels very
Maybe even
targeted.
racially motivated. We don't know. That's all I'm saying.
We don't not know.
On Saturday Night Live, you played a woman named Linda who chugged a bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah.
Was it really HVR that you were chugging?
It was not, with all respect, and a big fan of the HVR.
I can eat a whole bottle too.
Is it Kir? It was like a yogurt drink.
Oh, yes.
And so I switched it out for Kir, which was also, when you're shotgunning it down your throat,
So you were
not
shotgunning
pleasant.
probiotics.
Probiotics, so good for me.
I think you were better off just shotgunning the
Probably.
brand.
I probably would have enjoyed, I would have probably, actually, when I think about it, I'm like, I kind of really love ranch. And then if people would laugh, I would do it more. And Ben's like, now you're just intentionally, literally putting it into your eyes. And I'm like, it seems kind of funny when I open my eyes, and it's like windshield wipers that it's white. And he's like, there's no pride here at all. I'm like, none, and never has been.
All right, in Bridesmaids, you play Megan, who's very forward and aggressive, but we find out who's also very loving and soft in her own way.
Hey, not Air Marshal John. You want to get back in that restroom and not rest?
No, I have to get back to my seat.
Yeah, you got to get back on my seat. You get it?
How did that movie change your career trajectory?
Oh, God. It changed everything. It changed everything for me. First, we couldn't believe that our friends, Annie and Kristen, were writing it, because most of us, I think, except Rose, Rose we didn't know, but everybody else, we were all from Groundlings. We'd all been doing shows for years for free on Melrose. And then we were like, what do you mean you're writing a movie for Judd Apatow? We were like, this is crazy. It was like, we were so excited and happy. And then they finally called me in to come in for her. And I remember on the drive over, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna do something weird. And I don't want Kristen and Annie to be like, because I was like, what's professional? I just didn't know what to do. And I was like, I think I have a weird take on this. And I remember thinking all the dolphin stuff was in the script, and they're like, you improvised a lot of that. I'm like, did I? But I got nervous in there, and then I just started saying weird stuff. But then in the audition, Kristen did it with me, and we were so used to improvising together that we just went off on very strange tangents. And I drove the whole drive home from that. I was like, well, you screwed that up. I was like, you were talking about hand play with dolphins and weird stuff, and I was so worried that maybe that was bad for Kristen and Annie. And then when they called to say, do you want to play it, I was like, that is unexpected. And then from that moment on, it's I really got to start to say, here's what I want to do, here's what Ben and I wrote, this is something we want to do, and to be given a voice as opposed to just hoping to get a job. But to be able to be asked, what do you want to do, changed the entire trajectory of my life.
You've played a range of characters. Do you go into each one differently, or is there kind of a Melissa McCarthy method?
I think there's kind of a path, but each one might take me a different way. But I really do usually start with a wig.
That's so Nicole Kidman of you.
Thank you. And that's not where the similarities end.
Oh, thank God.
Not only do we appear like twins, but
I actually thought you were, until you said that, I thought you were Nicole Kidman.
Most people do.
That's so crazy.
Most people do. They're like Nicole, and I'm like, oh my God, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the question was. Anyway.
I don't either. I don't know how I got this job.
See, I'm like, whoever put the straw in this is really dangerous, because then you're just like, oh, it's essentially like club soda.
Yeah. Melissa McCarthy method.
Oh, okay.
Please
and
don't tell HR.
And I'm back. I literally, I start with the wig because something has to key me into it.
Okay.
For me to then be like, okay, I know their cadence, I know what they do. I have to really fall in love with it on the page. But then for me to be able to, this will sound weird, but to, have her voice or have her cadence, I need something to kind of click me in. And I usually start with a wig or a piece of clothing, but let's be honest, it's usually a wig. I love me a wig. And then I feel like I always kind of get to what makes me love the character and kind of have empathy and understanding for them, so.
Well, it's the end of round one.
Okay, let's prove it. Don't lift your straw.
You're really bossy.
I know.
All right, we're back with round 2 with the Saloon Sarsaparilla Sour.
Ooh. Sarsaparilla.
Ooh.
I think is how they said it back in the day.
Oh. That's...
It's honey.
It's honey.
It's lemon juice.
It's lemon juice.
Sarsaparilla.
It's sarsaparilla. Tell me a bit about Big Nose Kate.
Big Nose Kate is something that Ben and I, we don't usually ever do things like that, but we kind of loved, I love the story of Big Nose Kate. She was a gunslinger. She ran with like Doc Holliday, and her story was pretty amazing. She's an immigrant. She was from Hungary, and she kind of came in, and a woman at that time trying to like live her own life and kind of carve her own path out was so interesting to me. And then there was a female distiller, and the whiskey maker was female, and she's like, I want to make this true to the West whiskey. And they all kind of loved her story, and they wanted to just keep it small and kind of grow it in the right way. And Ben and I were like, they sent us some just because they knew we liked whiskey, which I encourage everyone to do. But we kind of liked the story, and then we were like, hey, do we kind of want to be partners in this? Which, again, it's the first time we've done it, but we really liked everybody involved, and I really like Kate's story, and I feel like there's so many whiskeys on the shelves that are telling a man's story, and I was like, I think we could make some room for Kate.
Yeah, there's enough men.
There's enough men, guys.
We're good on that. Thank
We're
you.
full up.
Yeah,
Round 2.
Man's closed. Her nose isn't very big. Who did her rhinoplasty?
It's not about her nose, but yes, I mean, there she is. It was about her saying was, your business is my business.
I say that all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
You're the modern Big Nose Kate. But it wasn't about a nose.
You heard it here
It was
first.
just about, she was nosy, and basically when someone's like, that's not your business, she's like, it's absolutely my business.
Don't tell my mom this because I won't hear the end of it.
I won't tell your mom. I'm going to tell you.
Allison,
I'm going to tell your mom.
close the tab. Sticking with the alcohol theme.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some of your characters.
Okay.
You're gonna give me what you think their drink of choice would be. All right, so Mullins from The Heat.
Like cheese whiz and beer, just shaken in a lukewarm vessel.
Vessel. Molly Flynn from Mike and Molly.
Like white wine spritzer.
Yeah, I was gonna say like an
Yeah.
apple teeny or like a...
Like an apple tea feels right.
Something very difficult.
Yeah. She wants a lot of process. Like, I can see
Yeah,
that,
like she wants to watch you
Yeah.
make it. Susan Cooper from Spy.
I feel like Kahlua and coffee, regardless of like time of day, summer or winter. It could be like it's 98 degrees out. It's a summer party. It's a barbecue, and she's like, "Do you have any hot coffee?" And she would want Kahlua and coffee, and I kind of love her because of it.
My mom loves Kahlua. We went on a cruise and she was turned up on Kahlua and milk.
What was she drinking? Oh, and milk.
Oh yeah,
Oh, on ice. That seems.
yeah. She
Okay.
was in that casino just ripping through those bad boys. I didn't know where she was for 3 days.
Neither did she.
Not even
did she.
joking. All right, Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Oh, filthy vodka martini. Filthy. And also well, maybe not blue cheese olives, but maybe, I think she like stuffs like shrimp into the olives and is,
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
I see
Seems
that.
right.
I see that for her. Saleswoman from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
oh my God. I feel like maybe she's drinking something that she thinks because of the bubbles has alcohol, but in reality it's like there's no alcohol in it.
It's like
And
a
she-
non-alcoholic beer.
But she gets like tipsy and she's like, I feel crazy. And you're like, it's just
It's just like
just
CBD
an- like a-
lemonade from
yeah.
Erewhon. All right, so you and the Barefoot Contessa filmed the Discovery Plus special Cocktails and Tall Tales with Ina Garten and Melissa McCarthy. Give us your best Ina impression.
Oh my God, there's so many. Well, that looks like the dog's dinner. Would that be? Well, that isn't so bad. The dog's dinner. Yeah, everything she says. I have it embroidered on a trench coat, and it says WWIGD. What would Ina Garten do?
I love that.
It's my creed. It's my creed.
It should be everyone. Would you ever play her in a biopic?
I don't know. I mean, only if she loved it. But I would like that wig. Not that hers is a wig.
Oh, you would slay in a bob.
Ina's got a lush head of hair. But I mean, I would in a sharp bob.
You would slay in a bob.
I don't think I could pull it off, but
Are you kidding
she's
me?
so
You have to get a bob wig. Actually, can we cut this? We have to go get her a bob wig.
I was like, first of all, you're assuming I don't have a bob wig.
We have to get Melissa McCarthy a bob wig.
I have like 6 of them in my attic. I'll just send you pictures. All different colors and shapes and fullnesses.
You and my mom would get along great. She also has a few.
I have 900 wigs. I love it.
You've played some characters that do and say some pretty outlandish things. What is the most outlandish thing you've ever done? Not today.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about that. I used to have a thing for wanting to follow people, which Ben was like, we need this to stop.
Like you physically would.
Not. It sounds creepier than it is, but like I would always.
There's only one way for it to sound.
Maybe. I would always, like my therapy was like I'd go to Big Lots once or twice a week, and it was just so random, and there was always like such interesting people in there, and I really loved to people watch. So I would just be like, I'm feeling a little stressed out, and I would just go push a cart through Big Lots and just watch people that's like, oh, there's the, like, I'm all in purple. I'm a purple woman. And I would be like, God, I love you. And I really would just be like, she's living exactly her authentic life, and I love her. Or this guy's like, I've got 6 dogs and 2 cats in my cart. And I was like, you're living your dream. And I think it would just always like calm me that people were like, I'm living exactly who I want to be. The eccentricities of people I find
think
like
you might
so
owe the
wonderful.
purple woman from the Big Lots in Los Feliz some financial compensation. Queen, you might want to reach out.
If you're wearing purple and you're in the Burbank area, call my lawyer.
Immediately. Run her that check.
My fake lawyer has never gotten more shout outs.
Which character that you've played are you most like?
I think there's literally like, if you divide up the pie, there's a good
sliver.
quarter to an eighth in each of me that's like pretty consistently me.
You recorded a duet with Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
Do
crazy.
you ever randomly send her voice notes of you singing?
What if I was like, yeah?
I know you do. Like, cut the.
No. Oh my God. Every once in a while,
Can we
I'm
do
like,
it right
why
now?
did you? No.
Please?
No, I would have to literally clear the shelves.
That's fine. They said it's fine. Can we do it? Please.
Yeah, that was kind of out of body. She's really funny.
Is she?
Yeah, I thought she would be like, I'm Barbra Streisand. And I thought, you deserve to do that. And that's
Yeah.
what I almost wanted. And then I think when she opened the door, she had like leggings on and like, she had like a lunch meat in her hand. And I was like, none of this is what I expected.
Was the lunch meat for her or for her dogs?
Yeah, no, she was eating it.
I love that.
And she was really funny and just kind of like, she was kind of great. Not kind of great, she was great.
How nervous were you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Super nervous, but she's so who she is. And I was like, you just didn't seem like, she was so kind of like, let's talk about it. What do you want to do? Like, she was so easy. And also just while someone who you think you should be like curtsying to keeps eating lunch meat, it really kind of levels the playing field. It was really charming. I was like, you're really pounding lunch meat. She's like, yeah. But
Well, on that note, to that
and to the bottom. You got to make the sound.
I had to not lift my straw or else she'll yell at me.
It's true. Well, it's cheating. Is this where we fight?
All right, we're back with round 3 with the Royal Flush. Cheers.
Oh, cheersies.
That's strong.
Ooh, royally and fleshy.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right. So the outtakes from a scene in This Is 40 often circulate where your character is berating Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann in the principal's office. And we see them breaking character and laughing at you.
Quit slow blinking at me.
I'm sorry.
I would like to rear up and jackknife my legs and kick you both in the jaw with my foot bone.
How do you not break character when it comes to things like that?
I don't know. When Judge first showed that to me, I literally was like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And he's like, we're watching you say it. And I was like, I don't think I said that. Because I don't know. I think it's in the moment, I was like, if I break, I won't get it back. And if any of it's working, I don't want to lose it. Because basically they almost like went so nuts that I was like, I just went dead inside. Which is really, that's my autobiography, dead inside.
Hollywood.
Wait for it.
If you could partner with any of your characters for bar trivia, who would it be?
Probably Megan. I feel like Megan would like
She's got it on
kind of
lock.
slay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, we're gonna do some bar trivia.
Oh.
We're gonna up the stakes with some shots.
Oh God. Do you really do a shot with a strong drink? I guess you do.
Yeah, let's sip it.
Yeah, we're
gonna sip it.
This isn't
We're gonna
Lauderdale.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
These are all Melissa McCarthy trivia questions. If you get it right, I'm gonna take a sip. If you get it wrong, you have to take a sip.
Okay.
Okay? How many puppies did Megan take from the bridal shower in Bridesmaids?
7.
9. God, you're so confident.
I almost said 9.
No, you
This one or
did-
this one? My
Nice
dealer's
try.
choice? Smooth.
How many Emmy nominations do you have?
5.
Come on, girl, you gotta love yourself.
I like me a lot.
You gotta get that self-confidence. It's 8.
It's I'd say 8.
Yeah! Here. 8! Woo!
Knew it, said it, mean it. Also, equally awful is like, wait, ask me the same question again.
How many Emmy nominations do you
Like,
Wow!
She's worse, right?
Yeah. Don't
You
do
got to
that.
run those simultaneously. You can't just use the second one. But that second one, I don't like her.
Yeah. No, get her out of here. Which of these movies in which you starred made the most of the domestic box office?
Cod. Okay.
The Heat, Spy, or Ghostbusters?
Spy?
How'd you know that?
I know stuff. Why am I drinking?
Solidarity to women.
To female spies everywhere.
The year you won the Emmy for Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series for Mike and Molly, you and your fellow nominees staged a mini pageant-like sketch.
Yep.
What color dress were you wearing?
Purple. Enjoy.
Did they send you these before?
No, it was a big moment.
Because Jared is like, we have like a little mini office tiff thing going, so I feel like Jared?
Are you saying Jared and I are cheating?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Melissa.
Jared and I have been sleeping together for years. But what we're not doing is we're certainly not cheating in this
You could
quiz.
you could easily sleep with someone and cheat. People do it
Not
all
me,
the time.
not the way I do it.
All right, do you remember anything about that night?
I remember we fully didn't talk. Like, we thought we were going to do it. My sister was with me. I was sitting next to Kathy Bates, and I was basically just trying to not stare at her and start crying because she's one of my, like...
Yeah, it's Kathy Bates.
She literally just radiates, like, Kathy Bates. And she was so nice, but I was just like, there was no way that I could process... I'm this girl that grew up on a farm in Illinois that's sitting next to Kathy Bates with my sister. But I truly was like, keep it together. And then I also didn't know if we were still doing the bit. I didn't know if we were really all going up. I think Amy had called me, and it was like all these amazing women. They're like, yeah, we'll run up, we'll go up, we'll do this whole thing. It was dumb and funny, but I also was like, look at all of these awesome women. And then I literally... I have no idea how it was so crazy to win, but at that point I had already won because I'm standing here with these like incredible women.
But you won twice. That's all that matters.
Yep. That's to the children of America.
Yeah.
Winning's what counts.
Exactly. So
Second place isn't first.
it's not at all. Everyone knows that.
Yep.
What was your character's name in 2000's Charlie's Angels? I got her.
Gladys?
Nope.
Hildy?
Not at all. One more?
Myrtle?
That's barely a name.
That's my first daughter.
I read your IMDb trivia. That's not true.
Not that one.
Now you're just
The
lying
other
to
one.
me.
No, I'm just
First
lying.
you're sleeping with my coworker, now you're lying to me? Okay.
Oh, Myrtle. It's a shout out to Myrtle. What? I don't remember. I should.
I'll tell you after you take a sip. Yay, Doris. Don't you love Doris?
And that's a great name.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
So great she forgot it. Okay. Body language is very important in physical comedy.
Okay.
And to Ursula. You serve up an amazing shimmy. Did you practice that?
There's a story behind that. John kept saying, he's like, will you come down, really come down, I'll lean into it. And he kept shaking, and like, they were both like, he was a Fosse dancer, like they're both amazing. They're so physical. When they're like, hey, do you want to try this? They just throw themselves across the floor, because like dancers we're always doing that. And he kept saying, come down hard. When you're coming down, like shake, 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 like really do your shimmy. And Rob is an incredibly lean gentleman. And I kept trying to describe, I was like, I get what you're doing. I get it, and I'm for it in theory. And he's like, really, shake those shoulders as hard as you can. And finally I was just like, Rob, I'm gonna tell you, when you shake your shoulders really hard, one thing happens. When I shake my shoulders, something else happens. And I was like, you can't throw these things around in the same fashion. And he was like, what? And then I showed him, and he was like, but then I did it anyway. I think they fixed it in CGI, actually, because I was like, you
So
go
you're
to
saying
certain
you'd never
rate.
seen breast before.
No, but he was doing it, and he kept being like, you're like, should you do this? And I was like, it's not gonna look the same.
Did you?
Boobs.
Is there a secret to a good shimmy? Can you teach me the shimmy?
No, I can't do it without certain apparatus. No, I'm kidding. Well, yeah, he wanted me to really lean in, but I was like, he's a very lean gentleman. And I was like, stuff's different.
Yeah. You got
Stuff's
these-
different.
When you're like us, you get these big naturals. You can't really.
I mean,
I can't believe I just.
that's our
I'm
That's our
getting
new
fired.
that's our new vacation rentals. Are you looking for big naturals and a place to put them? Well, go to Big Naturals.
.org.
So far, that's the one to beat.
Do you think somebody has that?
If you don't get
I'm
it,
gonna snatch up Big Naturals.
On the way home, I'm gonna be like beep beep boop 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 boop.
We're gonna be in a bidding war. What is your dream project? Aside from working with me.
It's really true. It's really true.
I think we really.
Something very wrong but likable is happening. Am I wrong?
You're. Tell you something, sister. We're crushing it.
I think it's anything that, like, I just love that I get to be part of creating it and coming up with it. And I like to think that I'm always kind of representing a big cross-section of people that don't often get to be the heroes or the main person. And I like that, because those are the people that fascinate me the most. Those are the people I grew up with. Those are the women I love. And that you don't have to be perfect to be kind of amazing and remarkable and watchable. And I think that's the fight I thought would keep getting easier, and sometimes it gets harder. So I feel like that's my main thing, is getting to tell the stories about the people, and not just who I play, but about the whole world. Like there's a big cross-section of people that have interesting and relevant and fascinating lives, and they're not perfect, and you know, but it's really interesting, and they're the people that kind of make us. And I always want to keep space for them. So I feel like that's kind of my purpose.
All right. Lastly, this is a personal question. You're very good friends with Octavia Spencer. Would you ever star in a sequel to Ma, in which you're avenging Ma's death?
I would do anything with Octavia, for Octavia, in the ballpark of Octavia. If there's a picture of Octavia in the background at one point in the script, that is, I would do anything for that glorious woman on
That's
earth.
actually my morning mantra.
She's a better person. She's the funniest human I know. She's the kindest, smartest person I know. We've been friends for over 25 years.
That's actually older than me. I'm only 19.
Am I your mother?
This has been Entertainment Weekly's 3 Rounds with Melissa McCarthy.
Has it?
Thank you for joining us. You're a lunatic.
Well, this is a great, terrible idea.
Yeah.